back to our Whirled League podcast here. We have again Rob with us, and we have the special guest Mark Rivas with us. How's it going, Mark?
Hey, what's going on, Sam?
It's great. Glad to have you back. You were our special guest last week, and I was talking to Rob. Hey, Rob, should we invite Mark back? Yeah, because I don't know if we want to do it a weekly thing or we could invite somebody different, Mark. So, what I mean? It's just something fun to do,
Well, Sam, my take on this is pretty easy. The podcast, if it's anything like my newsletters, if my team keeps going like it is, I think it's going to be Rob's going to be the special guest every now and again. It's going to be you and Mark, man, because I'm quickly losing interest.
But, Rob, your goal was to score more points than the previous weeks, and you have been doing that. You broke 100.
It was 25% increase in scoring this week. I mean, I challenge anybody to have had that big of a jump.
You're improving. That's all you can ask for.
I only had the 6th worst score in the league this week, so this is progress.
So there are others. Yeah, there's others worse than you. But, let's start off with our special guest here and his matchup, Mark versus Todd.
Yeah.
You want to take this one, Mark?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I already took it. I took it real rotten, Rob. I took it. I took it multiple ways. Actually, I looked at the score again and I said, man, if I had started Jennings, who had a career game, by the way, as well as Manuel Sanders, I probably got a lot closer. I don't think I would have won, but it would have closed the gap a lot. It was really, really hard for me to think about having to catch up with Julio, man. Man, the guy's a beast, and there's nothing you can do about, 47 freaking points, against a awful, terrible Tampa Bay defense. So, my kudos to Wolfpack for having the balls to pick up Bradshaw as well and start him. And Bradshaw contributed, Macklin this year. Even the old man Steve Smith aired me out a little bit there. Imagine that. Cincinnati, another 27. Solid team. Solid performance from Wolfpack, and there's not a lot you can do. It reminded me of something Rob said as far as doubling up, trying to double up. Jimmy Graham got nothing this week. He was worth about the same as probably anybody else in the league, 5 points, which was pretty measly. But I think I'll have a good week coming up here. So I'm not going to dwell on it too long.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm with you too. I had Rashard Jennings sitting on the bench, but. The Giants haven't looked that impressive. Jennings been getting a lot of carries, but I didn't see 176 yards against Houston's D, man. But apparently, they're not very good against the run this year, man. So,
40 million watts and no run stop.
Yeah, that Thursday night game was atrocious. Just think, Tampa Bay actually scored how many points Julio Jones might have gotten. That second touchdown was just a leisure touchdown.
Basically.
Yeah. Matty Ice.
Yeah, you'll have
Matty Ice could be back. Who knows, right? Matty Ice, but he's streaky. But it's surprising. Cincinnati did. I didn't think Cincinnati was going to be that good this year either. But man, wow, 27 points.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, what's up with our guy Keenan Allen here, man? Dude, this guy's
I don't know, but
he's by number one, man.
the Chargers always find a way to get me in the end, Rob. If it's not Phillip Rivers, it's definitely gonna be a Charger, a Bronco, or a Kansas City Chief. That's just my life. That's just how I roll.
Yeah. 1 point. His schedule eases up ridiculously going forward.
It does, but it makes me leery because generally by this time he would have had flashes, of production, and he's actually one of the lowest targeted persons on the team.
I know.
So it's like, okay, he's young. You would think they would throw the ball some more.
They're digging Malcolm Floyd out there. Your team's still really good. You're kind of that team. 125 is not going to get it done, but in most weeks. But actually, he would have topped most of the league this week. But it's so far you're kind of our snake bit player a little bit. You're 1 and 2. I think you're a little bit better than that, man. Those receivers are still pretty tight, and if Jennings steps up, man, and he's showing signs he will. It's still a good looking.
Well, he's going against Washington, which gave up like the 5th fewest yards to. They didn't give anything up to McCoy. I'm a little concerned. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you got to move on to the next one.
Yeah, you got to start Emmanuel Sanders next time.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go to the next matchup. Balso Hart versus Kelly Braves. Now, this was a horrible matchup. Look at the score.
Yeah, I was going to say, for the sake of time, there ain't jack shit to talk about here other than the fact that Balso Hart's team is it's a mess. And, Kelly Braves did take the new low score for the year. Other than that, why should we waste people's valuable time on this waste of a matchup?
That was
right. Wow.
That was a total of 63 points. Yeah, 63. Are we going to, let's do the $5. Stevie, because of Stevie, you're out there, you owe us $5. Put it in the pot.
I'm telling you, I do like the idea of putting in that. You pay us $50 if you score, if you have the lowest score on the year, man. That'll keep people playing till the end.
Yeah.
So enough of Balso Hart and Kelly Braves. Do something more and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, let's go on to the next one. Bruin Maniacs versus Revolution. This is a close one, 110 to 94.
Yeah, another barn burner here.
Yeah.
Revolution, Jesus, he probably should have won, I think, with Matt Ryan, but Le'Veon Bell, dude, did you see that 81-yard run on, what the hell happened to Carolina in that game, by the way? that was atrocious. I was up in Sacramento for work again on Sunday night, so I'm in the room and I got to watch Pittsburgh and Carolina, which all right, that'll be a good hard-hitting game, and Carolina, dude, they just look like a bunch of pussies out there. That was ridiculous. Bruin Maniacs.
Maybe you want to pick up Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're unpredictable. Bruin Maniacs is rolling on. It's nice. Manning, Wilson, Murray. He's all over 20.
Right there, yep.
Near 25, and then the perpetual wasteland after that, a 4, 0, 2, 8.
Brandon Marshall, nothing.
Well, the other stuff about Bruin is he's tied, which is it's kind of eerie to me that they're both at 42. He and Wolfpack are tied for the lead in that division at 429 and a half, which is crazy. And then everybody in the division is knotted up. They can go play anyone right now.
Well, that whole division won this week. Hey, I didn't even notice this last night because I was driving home from working in Sacramento on Monday night. Brandon Marshall got nothing. Did he play?
Nothing.
He got one catch.
He did play.
He got one catch. He's been targeted 4 or 5 times, I think.
One.
But
one catch.
One catch.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting.
A touchdown called back. So that kind of sucked. Touchdown called back too. So.
And it didn't hurt Brody. Brody's playing pretty good. He's doing pretty good up there. He's doing a lot of doubling up on the quarterback early. I couldn't imagine maybe he's going to play the waiver wire later this year. Will it be Manning or Wilson he drops? I don't know.
I don't think he'll drop either.
But Revolution. It was a tough week. And had some bad matchups there. And it's. Hey, at least A.J. Green came back. I know that's a pretty big concern, huh?
Yeah.
That was, that would have made me very nervous.
Yeah. So good for Bruni, though, man. Hey, Bruni is, we're about 20-something years into this shit together, so always got a soft spot for him, unless I'm playing him, which I have to do this year, and he'll probably beat me. So.
All right. Let's go to the matchup of the week.
You want to jump over to Division I already?
No. I'm talking about. I'm talking about Heroes for Hire versus New Denver.
Yeah.
Man, I was kind of worried there from the beginning, but all of a sudden my wide receivers blew up. Which helped me a lot.
Oh, absolutely, man. What is this? Every odd week, Austin Hearns's or Allen or Avery or whatever the hell his name is.
Or even Deshaun Jackson. I was like, really? I guess it's kind of easy to get up to play against your old team, but that came out of nowhere. I'm thinking, like, Kirk Cousins, really? And all of a sudden, there you go. I was very, very happy with the outcome, by the way. Thank you, Don.
I was telling Rob that I didn't have anybody else to start but Deshaun Jackson, so I had to by default. He was still questionable going into Sunday, but I was like telling Rob, dude, I had no choice. I had to start him.
Nice job on the injury report by Philadelphia last week. I couldn't risk it because I did have other options.
I didn't have any options, so that was a no-brainer for me. But Don, Carolina stunk it up for Don there, negative 12.5. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Buffalo wouldn't have been much better, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Niall Davis was a nice pickup, though.
Yeah, pick up and start, and now I can drop him again because it looks like Charles is back.
Back, yeah.
Hell, who was the other Kansas City running back? Got 2 touchdowns out of the backfield, man.
I didn't know they had another one.
That's pretty good by KC. I mean, that win, that goddamn win cost me my pool this week, by the way, too. I'm like, I figured Kansas City's looked horrible in Miami, but apparently. Oh, speaking of that, is everybody excited for the game of the London game of the week? You got Miami and Oakland, man.
Oh, it's in London?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about a way to sell the product, right? We're sending you the Raiders.
Yeah, and I don't think Miami announced a starting quarterback yet. I think the coach is iffy on that still. So, it's a horrible.
We'll have to consult with Kelly Braves on that one. I mean, I thought Tannehill was the second coming to Peyton Manning, but possibly they have something better there in the locker room. I can't tell. Do you wonder last year they did like San Fran and Jacksonville? San Fran and Jacksonville was the game last year. I mean, seriously, you can't put. And I think they had New England, but they were playing like literally just. I don't know, Cleveland or something, It was just, why they send this crap overseas, I guess is because nobody would watch this in their own stadium, so. Yeah.
I wouldn't exactly say that, Rob. I think that the Raiders still have a pretty good fan base here, and it'll probably even grow if they go to San Antonio or Portland. But the way that the stars lined up, I was just telling cousin Stevie today. I said, "Wow, we play each other this weekend. The Raiders get to play Miami. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Yeah,
exciting."
Pretty good fan base. Spoken like a true Raider fan. They're legendary in the minds of all Raiders fans. So other than that, the rest of the world could care less. But yeah, keep on going. Derek Carr's playing okay.
Yeah, he'll be all right. All right, but
Don had a tough week. Not bad for him though. Marshawn Lynch, man, back in beast mode, looked pretty good, huh?
Oh, yes.
Hey, well, let's pause here real quick before we jump into the league. Let's talk about Jordy Nelson and his 5 points, and let's just talk in general, dude. What the hell happened in the Green Bay-Detroit game?
I took Detroit. Interconference. I mean, what are they going to do?
Let's put it on fantasy. I took Detroit, too, but let's put it on fantasy level. I mean, you see Green Bay-Detroit, and your eyes light up, and we get two offensive touchdowns. Detroit's defense was worth more than anybody in that game, man.
Yep.
And you would have been crazy to start Detroit in that game, right?
Aaron Rodgers told the fan base, "Don't worry, we'll be okay." That's what Aaron Rodgers said this week. So I'm like, okay, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Dude, did you actually hear that quote? I heard it on the way home today. The guy, they're talking about how he's got this hot new girlfriend, some actress or something.
Yes.
And he spells out relax, and I swear to God, I kid you not, he sounds like he's literally getting my kids are in the house, but you can put the rest together at the same time as he's actually, it's like, R-E-L-A-X.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's great.
It was classic, dude.
Life's pretty good for professional athletes, Rob.
Say what?
Life's pretty good for professional athletes.
Not if your name's Adrian Peterson. Let's switch off that subject. Oh, I stole that from Don. Next.
All right. Let's go to the other conference here. Nasty Habits versus Golden State Heavyweight. Close game, 105-113.
Close.
It was close.
Not good.
Wow. Marshawn Lynch, Russell Wilson.
I mean, hey, you know what? With all due apologies to Nasty here, we were just tired of talking about him first every week, so we kind of had to hold him till the end. Hey, Matt Stafford.
On that one right there, I thought it could have went either way. And really, to me, the question mark was Roethlisberger. Like I wasn't, against Carolina, I wasn't sure if he was going to show up or not.
He like a great start,
Yeah, it didn't, but it worked out.
Yeah, and we're going to have to point out, since we're completely overanalyzing his 1 and 2 pick this year, that currently at this rate, 66% of the time this year, that 1-2 combination has been a total failure as a 1-2 pickup there. So it's just you're gonna, they can't have games like that and continue. So it's proving the point here. That's a lot to put in one basket, man. You're not going to win if those guys don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, not much to say there.
Yeah.
Move on to Flink Poyd.
Let's go. Flink Poyd versus Savs. Scott stepped up his game.
Yeah. But more importantly, has anybody got any more clarity on what Savs means yet?
Well, yeah, I actually just made up something, and it's basically Strongly Against Victory Squad. for the life of me, I mean, things just he can't. I mean, he has studs. They just are not coming together for him. I mean, if you, I mean, 0-3 obviously is not the end of the world. I mean, we're only 3 games in, but you got to start looking at what your options are. You know, maybe Charles comes back. Maybe Bell gets more snaps. I don't know. I don't know what it is that'll work. But and you would think he has a pretty, on paper we all have a pretty strong team. But I just think that it's part of it is the scheduling. You know, just getting bad schedule.
Well, here, let me tell you, my son's working on cross multiplication and defining percentages. So let me give him a little homework project and have him go in there and figure out if 83 points were scored and 35 of them were by Nick Foles, then what percentage is that? We'll just take a guess and say, not enough to be good.
Yeah, Nick Foles has been his anchor, too. Yeah.
No, Foles will have better games. I mean, they scored 1 million points, right?
Hey, Foles is scoring 1 zillion points already, Rob. I mean, he's pretty consistent week to week.
Yeah, I know. I
think the downfall is Jimmy. Jimmy's been he's getting off to a pretty slow start. He's only had 1 game like over 100 with a touchdown, and the other thing is Vincent Jackson hasn't even showed up this year. So I mean, it's very inconsistent.
I'm still giggling on the Strongly Against Victory squad, man. I think that's pretty good. Let's give Scott some props here real quick because he graced us by listening to our podcast last week. So he said we were very entertaining.
Oh well, that's wonderful.
And then he probably forgot all about it. He had a nice week, man. Des Bryant, Antonio Brown. I still these Steelers, man. I just didn't see it. I'm still in shock over what the hell happened to Carolina the other night, man. I just didn't see that coming.
And I also believe that Scott is the first. It's got the first double flex of the year. I mean, defense flex of the year.
Well, hey, that's a no-brainer. You get Cincinnati and New England against the Raiders, and boy, what a dog game that was. That New England. That was one game I got to see outside of Pittsburgh and Carolina was the New England Raiders game, man. Honestly, the first time in a long time I was rooting for the Raiders. I was like, come on, guys, you can pull it out.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean,
as many rooters as we can get.
Mm-hmm. Well, dude, at this point, how bad is Tom Brady this year?
Tom Brady's pretty awful.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty awful. And I don't know if can we go back to have we got to Miami Sharks versus Gangrene yet?
No, we'll jump ahead to that game over Lodi Burgers and Straight LA because that one.
We can go back to that one.
Yeah, let's get. You want to applaud Gangrene for breaking the century mark finally?
Yeah, let's go.
Well, yeah, that was one thing.
Yep, 103.
One thing. You've been waiting all day for that, have you?
You're over 100 now.
I did get your flowers, but next time, can you send me a fruit bouquet, man?
I'll dip it in chocolate, Rob.
I'd appreciate it.
All right, so the thing that I thought about with Miami Sharks is he actually dropped Romo for Kirk Cousins. Awesome move. Awesome balls out move. Mm-hmm. And I actually like Kirk Cousins a lot. I actually thought he was he's been a better passer than RG3.
Yep.
I wouldn't necessarily say a better quarterback, but as far as passing the ball, which most quarterbacks are paid to do, I mean, he's actually pretty good.
The system, too.
So,
they're paid to pass.
Kudos to you, Miami Sharks. Oh, they passed the ball quite a lot. I think Cousins went off for like over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was terrific, man. He started me off. I was playing against Julio Jones too, and I mean it's like right off the bat, I just told him, I said, go ahead and whoop me. I mean that's your revenge for the championship game last year, dude. I had no chance in that game from the get-go. I could have told you I had no chance in that game right after they played the first game of week 1, man. And I even flexed my quarterback just to try to keep it respectable.
You mean Kaepernick? Oh, yeah, Kaepernick is a quarterback. Okay, my bad.
I'm not really sure of that.
If we have any questions about Kaepernick, let's just go ahead and call Cousin Stevie because Cousin Stevie has a whole resume on Kaepernick.
Does he want him on the Dolphins?
Oh, no. He feels like the Niners overpaid him.
No.
He's not worth the money.
I agree.
Well, this is the kind of in-depth information, man, that only Stevie can bring to the table.
Yes.
I had just been blindly following him, figuring he was the best, you know, he's the greatest NFL quarterback I've ever seen, you know, down here in Fresno. It's good stuff. I ran into a guy at the grocery store, let me go in front of him the other day, and he goes, man, I'm worried about that Niners game. I go, yeah, he should be. He goes, you know, even though, you know, they're going with the backup quarterback, and he's talking about Arizona. I was like, oh, you mean Kaepernick? So, that's where he's heading.
That's cool.
Well, dude, what's the deal? He was dropping, like, he was being accused of using racial slurs in the game or something?
Yeah. NFL.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Whatever. Yeah. No. Okay. Can somebody explain to me if a tortoise and Eddie Lacy got into a race, who would win that game? You know.
The tortoise by a hair.
And of course, bada bing, bada boom. And of course, you know, it's like Eddie Lacy. You know, he's already at a disadvantage because every time they ham the ball, there's like 5 guys from the defense in the backfield on top of him. Man, you know.
Every single time.
That safety on Sunday was just like, dude, why don't you just go ahead and just squat down, man? I mean, it's over.
I think Starks is starting to challenge him for the starting role there.
Well, you know, dude, those defenses he's played against, I just, you know, read one of those long, boring stat articles today, and admittedly, the 3 teams that he's gone against are in the top 10 of the NFL in rush defense, and you kind of got to figure to some point after 3 games that might be because they've all got to play Eddie Lacy at this point, you know. But, you know, I think this weekend up against the Bears, man, I mean, if he doesn't come through there, it's time to worry, you know. If he comes through at least reasonable, I'm not expecting a Rashard Jennings type performance there, but, you know, I mean, dude, can he at least get over 50?
Right.
Dude, that might have a little something to do, him and Keenan Allen, with my, quote, struggles. That or the fact that the general manager's an idiot this year. So, rest on your laurels. Hey, good job to Cody, though. It's a good team, man. Like I said, I had no chance. And, I mean, he did that to me with nothing from LaShawn McCoy, man. Nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, what's the next one, Sam? Lodi?
Let's go. The last one is Lodi Burgers versus Straight LA.
Okay, Mark, if you can find something clever to say about this game, I'll turn the floor over to you.
The wide receivers giveth, and the wide receivers taketh away. He had he had 11 points between Thomas, Marshall, and Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, which
there's not much. There's not a lot to say.
Don't forget he didn't have a touchdown.
Yeah, and Edelman. I mean, Edelman went off for a humongous 8, but I mean that is bad. That is real bad.
Yeah, it's not good when you got 4 guys out there and they average under 5 yards, 5 points of performance.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Well, thank God.
Yeah, Bobby Rainey gave up more in fumbles to Atlanta's defense than he scored. So, yeah, he'll have better weeks. I'm sure he will. But that's scary when you can see, you know, blanks. I mean, no one scored a touchdown.
No. Hey, speaking of that too, I'm starting to rethink the defense at this point because somehow Tampa Bay were worth like positive points this week in our scoring method, man.
Yes.
I think they would have been worth like 8 or 9 or something. And I'm sorry, did it look like a +9 performance from Tampa this week?
They got a defensive touchdown. Yeah,
I know, man.
And the cap, the way that we did, because we cut the points in half. Yeah, they could have pulled out 3 points. What he said 9? They were worth 9?
Something like that, yeah, dude. Because they had like 5 sacks and a couple turnovers too, man. No, I think the rule is going forward. If you start a defense that gives up over 50 points, you automatically take the loss, dude. That's just how it goes, man.
And then you put 25 in the pot.
Yeah, man. How much do we want to penalize Cousin Stevie here, man?
Hey, the thing is, man, this is all in money based. Okay, so if you pick the squad that gives up over 50 points, shame on you. Shame on you.
Well, I don't think anybody started anybody like that this week, but, man, seriously, Tampa Bay was worth positive points, man.
That's
not
amazing.
right.
That is amazing.
Well, and then we put the cap at 20, right, Rob? Is that what you said? 20 points?
Yeah, that's right.
It's 10-10 each way. Yeah. You lose a half point. Yeah, it's 20 points. You lose a half point for over 20 up to 40, and you gain a half point for everything under 20. So,
Yep.
you know, you got the 7 and 5. They did take the -5 in that one. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's more than anybody should ever talk about Tampa Bay again this season. Okay.
Yeah. Was AJ Green out? I see Lodebergers didn't start him. Was he out?
No, he played, but he's probably
he
like
played.
me with.
Yeah.
Like me with what's his name, Deshaun Jackson. You just couldn't get a report on the guy, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
that's
you
exactly
play the
it. And I got a report on Keenan Allen that said, yeah, all systems go. He looks good, and he looked terrible. Did a lot better starting Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, I think is leading the league in receptions. Just want to throw that out there.
No. I know we're done with the matchup talks, but I just want to bring up Rob. After the draft, you mentioned to me, hey, you drafted Allen Hurns, and Keenan Allen was on the board still when you drafted Allen Hurns. I just want you to remember that. I just want you to remember that, Rob.
Yeah. No, I remember it, and I'm pretty sure that Keenan Allen, all 6'5", studly athletic of him, his NFL career is probably over because of 3 games at this point, where he's gone up against 3 elite defense cornerbacks. So you're right. Allen Hurns. I'm telling you, in Sam's world, the question for next year is it Allen Hurns or Megatron, number 1, baby.
No, I can't. I mean, that's a sleeper, dude. That's just a sleeper. That's all it is.
He was a sleeper.
I can't do that next year. You know.
Yeah. Well, Sam, let me point out. You know, a retarded dog will find its balls to lick every now and again. Okay, so you found something there over Keenan Allen. It's still not a very great pick.
Hey, I gotta gloat when I can. I gotta gloat when I can. All right.
He plays Jacksonville this weekend, so yeah, I'm starting him. You know, it's Jacksonville, and if he doesn't have a good game, there's a good chance I'm driving to San Diego and kicking some ass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you got, hey man, you know, it's the same thing with receivers. I mean, we were talking about Straight LA a second ago. I mean, those are all great names and just top-notch guys he's got there. But man, the thing with receivers is they're either killing it for you and putting up 45 points like Julio Jones, or they're just, you know, you're coming in 4-point games.
Calvin Johnson, yeah.
It just, I'm just blown away by, you know, there are more shutdown cornerbacks in the NFL now than ever, and it's really funny because the rules are totally, you know, set up to where these guys should succeed. But I mean, some of these guys are just terrific out there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hell, the guy's got to go Peterson, then the entire Seattle D, and you know, I wasn't real familiar with the guy in Buffalo, but I started reading about it, and apparently this guy's top notch too. You know?
Yes.
So, imagine not being familiar with the defensive player from Buffalo, right?
Yeah, that's unheard of.
The shame. All right, Sam, where are we at, buddy?
We are at bold predictions right now. Rob, Mark, come on, give me something good.
I'm gonna go ahead and predict the Gangrene's gonna lose this week, but gonna move right back into the division, and this team's gonna turn back around, and I am gonna be able to salvage a 500 season this year. Enjoy it while you can, fellas. The Gangrene team is not as bad as it's performed.
What you got, Mark?
I'm going to go out on a bold prediction and say that Rob increases his scoring by another at least 15 points. I know that's
15 points.
We're heading for 120 right now.
At least 120, and that's only because Keenan Allen is going to step it up against the Jags.
Speaking of the Jags,
I don't know if he'll have a touchdown, but he'll have at least 80 yards.
Speaking of the Jags, my bold prediction is that Blake Bortles will have 3 touchdowns this weekend. There you go. 2 of them to Hurns, please. 2 of them to Hurns.
Against San Diego?
It's Blake Bortles. It's Blake Bortles now. He's starting now.
Okay. Well, Sam, I will remind you from your bold prediction in week 1 that what was your Derek Carr prediction?
2 touchdowns and 300 yards. He did get 2 touchdowns, but only 150 yards.
Wow. The Raiders scored 2 touchdowns?
Or garbage time, I think it was, too. So
they were always garbage time with the Raiders, man.
It was not. It was not even garbage. We could have still won.
Weren't they trying to just? Oh, you sure? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was
we
garbage
could have
time.
still won. We were down by 8. We could have won the game. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a bold prediction here and say that the Dallas versus Saints game will be largely determined by defense. And I know that's just crazy. I should be slashing prices on furniture because it's so crazy. But yeah, I think that it'll be actually a defensive play that one of those teams will win based on a defensive play.
All All right, we're gonna have to see that.
Turnover for touchdown.
I kind of gotta agree with you. Can I throw in one more thing on the Raiders Patriots game? I mean, seriously, it's been like what 8, 9, 10 years now, and I still have to hear about the freaking tuck play. I mean, come on now.
It hurt us deep, Rob. It hurt us really bad, man. I mean, that changes.
I think that one play is, in fact, what sent the Raiders into 20 years of pitifulness. Didn't they win the Super Bowl the year after that?
I think they won that. Patriots won that year.
Yeah, and then the Raiders won the next year, didn't they? Or no, the Raiders had won the year before. I can't remember.
What, the Raiders won a Super Bowl recently? No.
No, we haven't.
Yeah. No, the Raiders got to the Super Bowl, but they got beat by their coach they fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurt too. I mean, that's a very painful moment.
You thought the Immaculate Reception was bad, but it was, against the Raiders too, of course.
Yeah, they robbed us when they robbed us again.
Yes.
They've been robbing us for years, Rob. They've been robbing us and just beating on us for years, Rob, like wild dogs. That's the way they treat us. That's okay.
It's a conspiracy, and it's kind of like, what was that guy's name? Darius Hayward Bay. He was really going to be the next Megatron. I mean, he really was, and the Raiders should have drafted him that high there because he was really fast. But then the NFL came in.
And he was from Maryland. I mean, there was a lot of black young men out there running in Maryland. We took him as a high draft pick, and we paid him quite a large sum of money because we thought that for sure with him and Jamarcus Russell. I mean, that's like Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss. Dante and Randy Moss.
I still wonder how many Raiders fans name their pets Jamarcus, man. It's just they come and kick him every day, man.
Yeah, I went to a wedding on last weekend, and I got to listen to my father-in-law talking about how Jamarcus Russell was worse than Ryan Leaf. It was the worst ever. He's a Charger fan. I married well.
And the sad thing about it, Revis, is you really didn't have a counter argument to it, did you? We did find the one guy worse.
It was an open bar that night, Rob, and
I wish I would have been there. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, Mark. Thanks for joining us again, and thank you again, Rob.
Mark, join us every week, man. It's a lot of fun. Sam, thank you as always for doing this. I get a kick out of it. I hope everybody else does.
Yeah. I hope everybody else enjoy our football babble. You know what I mean? But all right,
it should be a pretty positive response. So and I'll tell you what they really say. Like I told Scott, I go, dude, my job's easy. I just show up and try to act clever, and it's not too hard with Revis on the other line too, and yourself, Sam. I go, but you're the one that does all the work. So kudos to you, my friend.
Yep. All right, guys.
Thank
you very much, guys. Oh, by the way, we have bye weeks this week, so make sure you look at your lineups and pick up waiver wires. So everybody, check your bye weeks. But all right, guys. Thank you very much. Yep. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
All right. Bye-bye.